All right. So Shadowlands Manifesto. Okay. What we need to see. Number one. No Titan forging. Or war forging. Okay, no Titan forging and war forging. Alrighty. Already removed though. I know that, but they're thinking about maybe bringing it back, and so I don't want to see that happen. That's why I want to go ahead and make sure that we're heading this off as soon as we possibly can. So, no Titan forging and war forging. No shadow forging. Yeah. No boost in general or corruption. Actually, let's see. If corruption type mechanic, then deterministic. So I think that a corruption type mechanic is okay, but it has to be deterministic, and you have to be able to choose it. Faction-wide reputation. I know this is like maybe a boomer take, but I don't like faction. I don't like account-wide reputations. It reminds me of, like, you know, guys that walk in to the job and are like, oh yeah, my brother works here, so I get to start off at you know, I'm a partner already at the firm. Like, that's the way it looks like. It just feels to me like that. It's fucking nepotism. It's straight up fucking nepotism is what the faction specific or account wide reputations are. It's like, oh yeah, we know Bill. You're Bill's friend. You're Bob, or sorry, Bill XD, Bill QT, the Drain Eye. Yeah, okay, sure, you're exalted too now. You can buy the same rewards. Fuck that, dude. It's a video game? Of course it's a video game. That doesn't mean that I don't want it to... I don't want it to be... I don't know, like, just because something's a video game... like, in classic WoW, things made sense. If you needed to do fire damage to a fire elemental, you used... if you tried to do fire damage to a fire elemental, nothing happened. Because it wouldn't make any sense. I want the game to make sense. And whenever faction-wide or account-wide reputations, I don't think they make sense. I think they should have. However, let's compromise here. Reputation, acceleration. If exalted, just like in MoP. Can we agree on that? Jaina, bigger boobs. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead, and that's a good one. Yeah, definitely a good idea. Okay, I'll get rid of that. All right, Master Looter. Yes, Master Looter. For Mythic, for Guild raids at least. What do you guys think about this? Master Looter should, I think a guild should have the ability to make a decision of what they want to do and how they want to run their guild. And so, yeah, I think that absolutely is true. 100% man. PvP vendors. Makes no sense. Wait, how does that not make sense? Like, fuck that. Yeah, it does. No seasonal patches are removed here. Okay. Patches should not be expansions. How about that? Does that make sense, basically? Patches should not be expansions? Okay. That's good. Good luck with that. Well, the thing is, like, Blizzard literally is deleting their own content from the current expansion. Why the fuck would anybody do Uldir right now? Yeah, let me see what I can get out of Uldir. Ooh, wow. Oh, wow, a 370? Oh, boy. Wow. Who gives a fuck, man? They just completely delete the raid. Like, literally, look at the raids that we have in the game right now. I understand this is, like, kind of in the way. But, we have Crucible of Storms. That's the one you guys can't see. It's the thing's overlaid on top of it. Crucible of Storms, deleted. Uldir, deleted. Battle of Dazar lore, besides the mount, deleted. Azeroth, all of these bosses, dead on arrival. Nobody gave a fuck about these bosses whenever they came out. They were just brain-dead zergs. The only 2 raids that are relevant now is Nilotha, and Eternal Palace is only relevant because of one fucking trinket. It's relevant because of one trinket. That's it. It's so fucking bad. All of these raids should be relevant. In Burning Crusade, at the end of Burning Crusade, you still did Kara. You still did Gruul's Lair because you wanted Dragonspine Trophy. Maybe somebody wanted the Aldori Legacy Defender. Maybe somebody else wanted, I think there was a belt that dropped from him. No, that was from Vosh. So you want to do SSC. Magtheridon's Lair. Not a lot of people did Mag's Lair. That's, you know, like, not ideal. But overall, people would still do it because it was quick. It was, might as well get it out of the way. Fucking, like, everything in this fucking list here was relevant at the end of the expansion. There would still be raids going on for Karazhan whenever Sunwell Plateau was released. And that is a good thing, in my opinion. Next. What do you guys think? GCD change reverted? Make classes more fluid to play. Make classes more... How do you spell fluid? Boy. More fluid to play, GCDs, etc. Because it's not just the GCD change. Yeah, listen, I'm not a good speller. My mom used to tell me that if I ever got an A on a spelling test, she'd take me to Chuck E. Cheese. We never went to Chuck E. Cheese, man. No artifact power. I don't think that no artifact power, no uncapped progression system, prog system that is arbitrarily arbitrarily gated. Okay. So basically what I mean by that is that why is it that it took them so long for them, like, it's the artifact knowledge. I guess artifact knowledge is the best way to look at it. Why does artifact knowledge exist? Arbitrary, not gated, throttled. Throttled is a better word. Because gated implies that you can't get too far ahead. But artifact knowledge also prevents people from getting too far behind. So it keeps everybody, it's like, it's literally a fucking roller coaster. You know, there's some people that are in the front car seat, but the people in the back car seat, they don't die, you know? They're just a little bit farther behind, but everybody's kind of together. You know what I mean? And, true, what does it even matter? Well, it matters to Blizzard because they don't want anybody to feel like a fucking loser. But what they don't realize is whenever nobody feels like a loser, nobody feels like a winner either. Let's go to the next one. Okay, PvP vendors. Okay, let's see. Bring back ranks? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, ranks for spells? Fuck no, that was a terrible mechanic. I totally disagree with that. I think spell ranks was a terrible mechanic. Boob physics. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we should definitely do that. Tier sets. Tier sets. Yes. Bring them back. It worked for 15 years. I don't see why we can't just keep going. Yes. Tier sets. No child left behind. That's basically, that's Blizzard's policy for WoW now. You're completely right. Make Dungeon Bis a thing again? It's really kind of hard to put that in somewhere. I'm not even really sure. Hold specs and talents? That's a bit much. I don't know if I want to get into that. Oh yeah, currency. Currency similar to justice. Valor points. How about that? Does that make sense? No flying mounts. I disagree with that. I think flying mounts are good for the game. Overall, I think they're good for the game. World PvP is dog shit. It's always been dog shit. And I don't think Blizzard should go out of their way to conserve something that's not good. It's just not good. It's bad. It's fundamentally bad. And I'm not gonna, I don't think they should try to keep that. 100%. Bigger titties for characters. Like, if they had a boob slider in WoW, holy fuck. Like, I would be so happy. That would be great. I don't know why they would ever... World PP is really subjective. Yeah, of course it's subjective, but it's my opinion, right? Fix laggy... Oh, thank God, yes. Fix laggy ass dog shit garbage servers that suck big fat dicks. Okay. That's good. I want to make sure that one's number one fucking taken care of there. Okay, laggy servers. Fix that exactly. Old glyph system, not very important to me. I think that's just an extra level of customization that people are latching onto because it's nostalgic. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Replace Pathfinder with something new. Maybe just give everyone flying. And I just... But the reason I say that is that my mom, I base a lot of things off... No, you guys are dumb. So, I mean, not everybody is dumb. But, like, here, just hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Flying makes the game better for a lot of people. While not having flying is good in some ways, I think that having zones that encourage flying and make flying not necessarily only just a benefit, but a requirement, make it more interesting. The fact that you had the Netherwing Lodge and you could only get over to the Netherwing if you had flying made it that much more exclusive and elusive. If you wanted to do Mechanar, hop on your fucking Griffin, bitch, because there's no fucking way that a horse is going to get up there. That's what I think, man. I don't think that, like, I don't think flying's bad. What the fuck? Hell no, I don't think flying's bad. It's been in the game for, like, 15 years. Flying is completely fine. Storm Peaks and Ice Crown. Yeah, exactly. Unlock flying for everyone after a small patch. Yeah. It's like, imagine the hype that it would draw in. If Blizzard was like, listen, on this day, on this patch, flying happens. And everybody logs on, and you know what they do? They spacebar. And they go up, and they go up, and they go up. They go all the way to the top of the skybox, and they fall down, and they die. Because that's the first thing I always do. Yes, that's what I think they should do. Like, just unlock it for everybody on one patch. As, like, this big fucking, like, alright, you thought you were done with Shadowlands? You thought you got over your WoW addiction? But guess what? We're adding this same thing that we've had in every expansion back, but this time you don't have to waste 40 hours farming out a dog shit reputation because we have to incentivize things because we're not confident in the content being compelling in itself, so we have to create arbitrary rewards and gatekeeping systems in order to force people into doing content that we're not confident that players would enjoy intrinsically. Imagine that. Imagine. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of these. Okay. Talent trees. That's like a far off. Talent trees. Kind of far off. I don't know. Okay, so I'll put that on the list, but it's not like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to really take that one too seriously, okay? Reforging. No, man. You guys ever notice, like I said this before, you guys ever notice that after Blizzard made Warcraft 3 Reforged, people stopped asking for Reforging in WoW? Like, you don't see anybody asking for Reforging anymore. They're like, no, Blizzard, please don't Reforge anything ever again. Like, the moment they brought out that game, it was done. Bring back Hit Chance. Hit Chance is a dog shit system. It's a terrible system. It adds no gameplay at all. It's just a pointless... It is a benchmark that you have to meet before you can play the game. I only think hit rating is interesting whenever you're talking about dual-wielding classes that have an innate mischance. Because then hit rating is something that's not just a... It's not a breakpoint, right? It's a scaling set of value. So for like rogues and for fury warriors and for like a DK, I'd love to see hit rating back. That would be cool. But besides that, I don't think so. Personally, my opinion. Mage tower. They're bringing back that they don't have a mage tower. They have a tower for all the classes now. It's fucking Torghast. Make classes unique and not all done the same way. That's too broad. Positive mythic plus affixes. How about this? Legendary mythic plus keys. As I said, dude. Imagine. And these right here are kind of... I'm actually going to just separate these. Because let me move this down a little bit. Notepad. Okay, there we go. Because these are like kind of far off things that like... We want these, but some of these are kind of, you know, realistically... Probably a lot farther off than we might imagine. Okay, let me move this one down real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. All right. So, there, that's good. Make PvP gear BIST for PvP. I disagree with that. I actually think that PvP gear and PvE gear should be able to symbiotically work together, and you should have to do both of them to gain unique advantages. I'm not saying that like you should have to PvP to get like the best in slot PvE gear always, but if there's like one slot or two slots to where if you did PvP, you could get this really cool item that would be better in certain situations, I think that makes the game better. No? PvE your way of thinking? Yeah, I think so, because here's why. Basically, think about the best times in the game. Burning Crusade, Vanilla, and Wrath. All of those times in the game, Cataclysm for PvP. All of the PvPers say how much they loved Wrath and Cataclysm. In Wrath and Cataclysm, you need a lot of PvE gear. It encourages cross-play. And I think that the encouragement of the cross-play is more important than the small competitive, the small hit to competitive integrity. Right? Because it is a hit to competitive integrity. Like, I'll give you that. I agree with you. But I think that it's worth it. My opinion. Yeah. Okay, let's see. One button DK 2200. Yeah, the one button now is Chill Streak. That's what I hear. Solo queue. Okay, dude. PvPers, only PvPers. Oh, I think that you should have to PvP to do PvE content too. Like, not have to. I have to is a strong word, right? But to optimize things to efficient, to be perfect in everything, I think you should have to be doing both. I like being able to play both elements of the game. You do that already? Yeah, and I think that's good. Blood of the enemy. Exactly. RBG solo queue. That's... Oh, dude. RBG solo queue. Attunements. Let's put that in there. Yes, attunements. Account-wide. Yes, attunements account-wide 100%. Yeah. No power farming. Let's see. No. Wait, you guys don't like attunements? Wait, okay. All right. You guys don't like it? Really? Dude, I loved attunements. I felt like attunements were like... It's like being old enough to go to the bar and get a drink. Right? I don't drink. But like, hypothetically, you know, it's like... You walk in there, and it's like... Yeah, I can come in here. I'm supposed to be in here. Take out corruption-based items. I don't think corruption-based items are the problem. I actually think corruption-based items are really cool. I think that the acquisition of the items and the balance of the items is the problem, not necessarily the effects that they create on themselves. I think the idea of being able to choose between using Twilight Devastation and Infinite Stars and Gushing Wound and, you know, what are they called? Stat accelerations, like, you know, like 9% more crit, etc. I think that's really cool. They should remove all the OP shit trinkets that you need to succeed in PvP. Yeah, just like those days back whenever PvP was good in Wrath of the Lich King. You didn't need any PvE trinkets back then. Yeah, same with Burning Crusade. And don't even get me started. Back in Dragon Soul, all you needed to do was just get your PvP gear and you were fine. You never even needed to step foot into that raid, dude. Like, I mean, come on. Come on, dude. Give me a break. 2 raids per tier. Oh, that's a good idea. Multiple raids. At least one tier with more than one raid. Okay. And actually, progressive raids in general. Progressive raids in general. Crucible of Storms? Yes and no. Like, I liked Crucible of Storms a lot. I thought Crucible of Storms was a great addition to the game. But it was maybe a little bit too hard. But I know that's why Blizzard made it. They made it intentionally to be very hard. So maybe, you know, the average player wasn't the audience that they were intending. And that's good. I'm completely okay with that. Okay, try not to spam the blocks of text just so I can kind of like give everybody a fair chance at getting their thing read. Okay. The solo queue thing, guys. Here's how I feel about solo queue. I just like, I don't think it's gonna work with WoW, man. Like, I just don't think so. I mean, and this is my opinion. Obviously, like, I'm not a big PvPer, but I don't think it's going to work with WoW. I don't think it's going to be fulfilling and feel good to players. Phasing with party, yeah. It'd be hilarious. Yeah, it's like, because there's such big differences between, like, comps and everything like that. 10-man LFRs. Skippable quest for alts. Oh, yeah. Main quest line. No quest trackers. Better rewards. Account wide. Yeah. So the main quest line should be like your capstone challenge. Oh, harder too. Harder as well. Okay, just a second. Yeah, harder, better rewards. Gem slots, not... Okay, gems, innate, not innate, natural, innate, I don't know, it's pretty much the same thing. Natural gem sockets on gear. Gem sockets, sockets on gear. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's go with that 100%, okay? Yeah. Okay, yeah, bring gems back, I like that. Reduce raid difficulties. Reduce raid difficulties, 100%, man. Raid reputations. No, because raid reputations are so bad. The only way that raid reputations... they don't work with multiple raid difficulties. Because then you have to do all of them, and then on top of that... So, like, the way that you would farm Exalted in ICC is you would just clear all of the trash up to Marigar and then reset the instance. And you had people on, like, week 1 and week 2 that had the Exalted ring. And I think the way that people play games now... You can't design a game and not think of the way that people will consume the content. Because you can say like, okay, well, that's cool because those players are going to be able to get a reward that's, you know, unique for themselves because they put in more work, right? I mean, I could see myself making that argument. But the problem is that you know what it's going to fucking be? Is that if you don't have the legendary ring or the exalted ring, then you're not invited to the groups. So it creates this idea and it creates a social pressure for people to sit there and farm the same mobs 1,000 goddamn times. And that's what happened with Classic. Is that like you reintroduce Classic nowadays into, you know, a 2019, 2020 gamer. Gamers nowadays are goal-oriented. They've already watched, you know, like they've watched fucking Soda Poppin'. They've watched Summit play this game. They know how it's done. They're not going to be average. They know that Ret Paladins suck. They know that Feral Druids suck. They're not going to play a rogue. They're playing a Fury Warrior, you know? And they're not playing two-handed. They're playing one-handed. They're dual-wielding. They're cookie cutters. They're meta slaves. And they love it. That's what it is. And that's always the way it's going to be. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gear investment. Gear investment. Sockets... gems, enchants, other things. What I mean by other things is like the Shaw sockets and other things like that, you know? Like, I don't, like, that's not actually a amorphous idea that I have. It's just a, you know, catch-all word. Bring back reforging, etc., more customization. Reforging. Bring back threat. Threat's a dog shit mechanic. Wait, let me rephrase that. Threat in classic is a dog shit mechanic. Threat in Burning Crusade. Oh. This is it. This is it. This is the rare. Fuck! Okay. Stop making every DPS class. Yeah, builder and spender. Yeah, I agree with that. I do. Bring back meaningful gear from crafting. Oh, yeah. Make crafting relevant to the... Make crafting end level gear relevant and BOE. But it's like, if it's BOE, here's the problem now. Is that anything that's BOE can be bought with money. And I feel like one of the problems now is that because of the WoW token, it's like anything that's BOE is effectively pay to win. And I don't know, guys. What do you think? Make WoW more like PoE? In general, I agree with that. I'd like to see that more. Get rid of LFR. I'd love to see LFR removed. I think LFR is dog shit. It's terrible for the game. Yeah, but I'm not going to put that on the list because they're not going to get rid of LFR. So it's just a waste of time to talk about. Let's see. Make professions great again. Better customization. Make ERP relevant. No, I don't think so. Okay, let's see. What else we're going to... Oh, here's a good one. Here's a really great one. How about this? How about instead of creating creating bad systems, stop making bad systems and releasing them knowing they are bad and then not improving them in obvious ways and making people use the bad system for an arbitrary period of time. I'm so fucking tired of that shit, dude. Run-on sentence? Yeah, well, they've been running on my fucking time for years, so that's what they get. What a bunch of bullshit. Oh, yeah, why aren't essences account-wide? Well, we want to make you feel like the work that you do on your character on each different character matters, so you have to farm 30,000 honor in Brain Dead Battlegrounds for 20 hours, because that's going to make you feel like you really did something on that character. Stop making people repeat content. That's a good one. Stop making people repeat content later on to re-incentivize it. Yeah, later on, yeah. Fucking point. Yeah, I hate that, dude. It's honestly like, it's so fucking obnoxious. Make honor relevant again? PvP currency. To buy gear that matters. Actually, let's just put this. Let's put this up here. We'll put this on PvP vendors up at the top, okay? There. Okay. I think that makes sense. New specs. Listen, I'd love to see like Ascended specs or something like that, but I don't think we're really going to see it right now, okay? So I wouldn't get too excited about it. Leveling 1 to 60 better than it is in BFA. You know, it's not really too much of a thing to me. I think, like, leveling... They're going to make leveling really fast anyway. Like, let's be real. I don't think we're really going to see WoW have, like, leveling as a meta for the game ever again. Unless they make a completely new game. Then the last time that's going to happen is, like, probably fucking Wrath or something like that. Like, nowadays, they don't really give a shit about leveling. Professions need to change. Well, then what do you want it to change with? No store mounts, unique models for mounts. Oh, yeah, more unique mounts. That's a good idea. Less mounts. Less mount reskins. Make the mounts you add into the game matter. Because like right now, like one thing that happens is that you have like fucking, like look at this. Let's take a look right now. How many of these worms are in the game? Let's look about these right here. What are these even called? I don't even fucking know. Let's see. Maybe Argus? Can I just search Argus? Yeah, look at these. 1, 2. Is there only 2? Oh, maybe there is only 2. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. And same with these, right? I guess these are kind of okay because they come from the same type of difficulty. I have one in mind, so I'm just going to talk about the one that I have in mind, okay? So the one that I have in mind is these, the mine borers. So the mine borers have such variance in the difficulty that it takes to obtain them. And I think that a certain mount type should have a general difficulty implication. So, for example, I think mine borers should be like capstone difficulty achievement mounts. Now, what can I draw a parallel to this with? Proto drakes. Now, some of the proto drakes were definitely easier to get than others, but all of them required a pretty substantial amount of investment besides maybe the blue proto drake. And especially whenever you want to get into the blue and like the plague, the black, and the red proto drake even. And it's like you have the violet proto drake. All of these took a huge amount of time. And so I would say that I think they need to make mounts more like proto drakes, okay? Artifact weapons? No. Next. That shit was ages ago? Yeah, and it worked. I don't know why they forgot about it. Ability to roll mythic plus. World bosses like Undasta. Bloodbath world bosses. Okay. Yeah. Undasta on release. Yeah, I'd love to see that, honestly. It'd be really funny. World PvP. World PvP is terrible. It's always been bad in WoW, and it always will be bad. There's so many things wrong with World PvP. Like, no, I don't think World PvP should be a goal. 1v1 arenas. They have that. It's called dueling. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. It reminds me. Okay, a shared space for PvPers. Space for PvPers to socialize. They're PvPers. Socialize. And duel each other. Okay, yeah, there we go. A safe space for PvPers, basically. That's what we're asking for. Let's be real. All right, let's see what else besides that. Cloth-based tank, that's dumb. I do think that having fights like Illidan back in the day where you had Searing Pain, and, well, I mean, to that extent, the boss before that, Illidari Council, you'd have somebody tanking it that way too. Improved mount equipment system. Customizable mounts. What if Blizzard did this? What if Blizzard gave you this horse? Blizzard gave you this horse right here. And they said, you know what? If you get 1,800 in RBGs, you put a flag on his ass. If you kill Onyxia, you get to carry Onyxia's head on the side of the horse. If you get 2,400 in Arena, you get to put an armored fucking helmet on your horse. Yeah, just like The Witcher, exactly. Griffin head or something like that. What I mean to say is, like, creating mounts that are like it's a base mount, and then the customizable elements of the mount indicate different challenges that the player overcame and was able to do. And then you would be able to customize that mount, and that would give players a level of customization that still allowed them to show prestige. Boring? Oh, it's boring to you? Customizing mounts is boring to you? I think you're in the wrong stream. Okay? Arena teams creation. Arena teams were so bad. Arena teams were awful. Like, they were so bad. Like, I remember there was this one guy. This warrior. My friend was a druid. He told me about this. And, no, it was some other guy. No, it didn't happen to me. Like, I remember it was like, I'm trying to remember like when it happened or who it happened to. I think it was like season 3. It was a warrior who was the leader of the arena team. He went over the night before the season ended. Logged on. Kicked that fucking druid off the team. Just kicked his bitch ass off the team, man. That bitch don't deserve Clad. That stupid bitch. Like, that's the worst mechanic that you could possibly imagine. That's so bad. That's so bad. No, arena teams were cancer, and I don't want to see them come back, okay? Bring back class storylines. Ooh, I think if you continued the class storylines from Legion, that would be really cool, but it would also be inaccessible to a lot of people that didn't do the class lines before Legion, class quest lines before Legion, and I feel like they wouldn't be able to do it properly, so I'm not going to put that on the list. 10v10 arenas. No, that's called an RBG. Make it Mythic Plus, so what's this here? Loot to drop some bosses. Esports rework for Shadowlands. No. Less loot drop from bosses. Oh, yeah. Reduce... reduce... loot... bonanza? Is that the right word? Oh, we got another scam train. Holy shit, yeah. Reduce the amount of loot in the game. Okay, reduce the amount of loot in the game. Okay, that should be fine. We'll just go with that. Yeah, reduce the amount of loot in the game. Make existing items matter more. Okay, there we go. One-handed Fury Warrior? No, that's stupid. I remember, there was one guy, he was in my guild. He was, he played the one-handed Fury Warrior. And, he was the same guy that got really upset because, his internet girlfriend sent nudes to one guy in the guild, but the guy in the guild that she sent them to didn't want her nudes. So as a joke, he gave her the phone number of another guy in the guild, and so she randomly sent nudes to a guy in the guild that wasn't expecting him and didn't even really know what she looked like at all. So, like, I don't have a really high opinion of people that play single-minded Fury, okay? Never did. Not a fan. Make old content more relevant. I think that all content in the current expansion should be relevant. Yeah, I think so. Two-handed DK Frost. That's an exception. I actually think two-handed DK Frost is better. I liked it. Actually, I don't know if it's better, but I liked it more. Make epics feel epic. Epics never felt epic, in my opinion. Like, they were always super easy to get. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I never really agreed with the, like, make epics epic. I mean, look at, like, Hand of Justice or something like that. It's better than, like, any trinket in MC. And same as, like, Blackhand's Breath. Like, it was really, really good. And it's a blue. So, yeah, epics are not epic. They never were. I don't think so, at least. Rotation complexity correlate to DPS. Oh, yes. Thank you. Less passive damage sources. Make hitting your buttons mean you do damage. How's that? Add unique items that are build defining, like in oh yeah, a build defining item, like something like the fucking fire bracers in Legion. Less complicated rotations. Just go play classic if you want that. I mean, I don't think the rotations are complex enough, if anything. Legendary questline. Reset CDs for duels. Irrelevant. Yeah, irrelevant. Remove versatility. I like versatility in a way, but I'm not really sure if they should remove it. I don't know if they should remove versatility. I don't know. This song's a little bit too rambunctious for what, like, having a discussion. I'm gonna just skip past it. I love System of a Down, okay? I've been listening to that song for 15 years. But I'm just going to move it ahead. How about this? Legendary are a reward from raiding rather than a requirement. How about that? What that means is that here's what happened in Mists of Pandaria, is that if you didn't have the legendary cloak, you didn't raid. Like, you didn't raid. That's it. You didn't raid. Like, nobody wanted to play with you. Nobody wanted to look at you. And then people, Blizzard saw that. They're like, wow, that's really bad. There's so many people that aren't going to be able to raid. And this is a huge, long quest line that they're not able to complete. And they're just stuck there sitting in LFR because nobody will invite them to groups. This is so bad. How can we make it worse? And then some intern that probably just got hired there yesterday was like, hey, what if you have like a ring and you put the ring on and then everybody else says, well, you ever seen Captain Planet? Ian, you ever seen Captain Planet? He was like, yeah, I've seen it. And I was like, okay, well, like that? And then they're all powerful and explode. Oh. That guy's a lead developer now. That's basically it. I'm sorry, but legendaries being... If a legendary is something that every player gets, then what's going to end up happening is that any player that doesn't have it is just excluded. They're excluded from playing the game. So I don't want to see that happen at all. No more required legendaries. It's a commentary. Yeah, no commentaries. I love that. It's fucking hilarious. Okay, Mythic Plus season reward. Better Mythic Plus rewards. Better Mythic Plus seasonal. Seasonal rewards. Seasonal rewards. Okay, I'm not a good speller. Okay. Bring back armor penetration. Don't even. You know what they need to do before they bring back armor penetration? They need to bring back armor. I do less damage as a warrior to a warlock than another warrior. Like, they don't even have armor in the game anymore. Like, come on. They have to do that one first. Make professions interesting again. We already have that one on the list, man. Don't worry about it. Okay, bring back resilience. I don't like resilience, but it might be necessary if they want to balance PvP and PvE gear in a way that makes people feel good. I don't like resilience, though. Never was a big fan of it. Let's see. Let me read some more of these. Expand on stats, giving players more ways to play. More stats. How about that? Just more stats. Does that sound good? Is that a good one? More stats. No. Wait, really? You guys don't want to see that? I don't know, man. Like, to me, I get bored. Haste, mastery, crit, and versatility. So really, you just have 3 stats, because versatility is like, okay, you got some more of that. It's interesting in PvP, kinda, but outside of PvP, it's worthless. Let's see. Mythic Plus raids. I thought, wait, what if they did something where they made versatility a PvP stat? And the defensive capabilities of versatility was just more. Maybe that would work. I don't know. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. More cosmetic incentives. Ooh, I like this. All right. How about this? Better Mythic Plus seasonal rewards. Imagine this. In my opinion, I think the best season for Mythic Plus was the Reaping season. It was amazing, the best effect out there. What if you completed all 15s in Reaping season, or better yet, all 20s? 120. And, like, you completed a Mythic Plus 20 dungeon in time. It gave you a special effect that would turn your main class spell into a Bonswambi type spell. So instead of it shooting a Frostbolt, it shoots like a white and black Death Bolt. You didn't play Season 4? Really? My Brutal Gladiator's Bone Grinder in my bank says differently. I remember that very clearly. I love Season 4. I like Season 3 a little bit more because Storm Herald was more OP. Let's see here. Player housing systems would be sick. You know what I'd like to see is guild housing. I'd really like to see guild housing. That would be cool. We tried it, yeah. The garrison, it just didn't work. Like, it straight up didn't work. Like, I want to see something... I want to see a grand high seas adventure where you have your own boat and you sail out into the fucking South Seas and you fight krakens and whale sharks. And you get to customize your boat with your guild. That's what I want to fucking see. I want to see some crazy... I was hoping they'd do that with BFA. But instead, they didn't. At all. More challenging solo content. Okay, just give me 1 second here. More challenging solo content. Well, they're doing that with Torghast. Spell effects like green, fire, etc. Okay, change tank's gameplay. It's just taunt swap now? Well, no, it's not just taunt swap. You also mindlessly spam your active mitigation abilities. Don't forget about that, too. Expressions like buff crit haste. Quest hubs like Molten Front. Oh, dude, like 4.2? As late as patch 4.2? That was really fun. I like Molten Front a lot. Give Rare Island AI. I think islands are fine the way they are, where they're just kind of like this thing that exists. And there's nothing like really special about them or anything. They're just like an island. I like the idea. Oh, yes. I like this a lot, too. Let me read this guy's message here. Take it. I like the idea you had a while ago. Get rid of heirloom gear. Like, no more heirloom gear. You get a tabard that gives you extra experience, and then you can have achievements that give you bonuses to the amount of experience that you receive. Kill Mythic N'Zoth. I don't agree with Mythic N'Zoth, right? But I do agree with that fundamentally. Get rid of heirloom gear. No more heirloom gear. Remove heirloom gear. Make gearing during leveling matter. Yeah. Ball bloom gear? No, that's what they already have now. Because it's boring and plain. Let's see. Bring back resilient. Not a fan of that. Bring back elite class sets. They kind of already have that. I mean, they have what do you mean? They have elite class sets. They're in the game right now. Like, just because you don't like them. I mean, like, the thing is, like, the elite class sets are so easy to get. Like, that's a problem. Like, 1,800? 1,800? Give me a fucking break. Like, it's too easy, man. It should be 2,200. In my opinion, I think they should make it 2,200. Just like it was back in the old days. 1,800 is way too fucking easy. It should start at 1,800, not end. 2,100? That's fine with me, too. Like, just somewhere around there. The problem is, like, between, what is it? What do you get out of, like, fucking... You get basically nothing between, like, 1,800 and 2,400. There needs to be, like, middle rewards to get people to try to, like, go after those things. 4v4 arena? No, not... Come on, Pav. Like, just stop spamming it. We need 4v4 arena. No, we don't need 4v4 arena. I don't agree with that at all. Make duels more interesting. I don't know about that. What about glyphs? They have glyphs now, but I don't really think that they need to change them anymore. Okay? More secret quests and events. They'll do that. Don't worry about it. New battleground? Well, they did that with Deepwind Gorge. So they had an original and different and unique Deepwind Gorge. It's got more. Okay. That was annoying. Guys, please stop trying to PM me in game with, like, your ideas. I'm going to put you on ignore if you do that. Okay? It's annoying. Ability appearances. Remove transmog. They're not going to remove transmog. Like, yeah, just make everything exactly the way it was in Classic. Like, realistically, I'm looking at this as, like, a 5-year plan. We get Blizzard to do half of the things that we want now. And then the game cultivates a player base that's more accepting of the other half on the other half, right? That's the idea. Because here's a good way to look at it, right? In Burning Crusade, if you told somebody that there would be a raid finder, they wouldn't believe you. But in Wrath, if you told somebody there'd be a raid finder after there was already a dungeon finder, they'd probably believe you. And in Cataclysm, if you told people there would be a, let's see, what's something dumb they added in Mists of Pandaria or WoD? A garrison where they just give you all the free materials and professions don't matter anymore, they wouldn't believe you either. It's like boiling a frog, where you boil a frog and they don't even know that they're getting boiled until they're fucking dead. That's what happened with the game. It's sad, but there it is. Battle Royale. I unironically think that Blizzard can make a really good Battle Royale out of WoW, and I also absolutely think they would not do it correctly. Two-handed enhancement shaman. No, two-handed enhancement shaman's dog shit gameplay. It was good for Classic, but it's not good anymore. Just one-shotting people randomly isn't fun. Like, it's not fulfilling. It's fun, but it's not fulfilling. Yeah, sure it is. What the fuck? No, it's not. How can you guys say that that's fun, but then you don't want corruptions in PvP because they're RNG? Like, doesn't that seem a little bit contradictory? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading into this too much, but it seems that way to me. Okay. Long branching quests. Oh, yes. Long quest lines with, like, I don't know about that. Like, kind of like the Scepter of the Shifting Sands. Let people get Gladiator mount from 2s. Also, not only from 3s. Why not just do 3s? Like, the game's not balanced for 2s. Why should you be able to get the Capstone Arena achievement item whenever you're playing something that's fundamentally unbalanced? It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, 3s are more boring. I think 2s are boring, too. Like, 3s are much more interesting than 2s are, in my opinion. Like, I like 2s, and I think that 2s have, like, a certain amount of interest to them, but 3v3 is, in my opinion, much more complex. And 50v50 arena. Yeah, they had that. They called it Ashran. Do you want that back? I don't think so. They tried to do 40v40 Ashran, and you know what they did? So the game is so laggy, and what they had to end up doing with Ashran is they just, instead of fixing the lag, they just made it to where it was 25 versus 25. They basically just gave up. Like, you know what? We can't fix this. You know we can't fix this. We know we can't fix this. Hey, you know, it is what it is. AQ event version 2 and more secrets would be cool. They're never going to do another AQ event, man. Sorry to say. Remake PvP Islands. I think they're probably just going to let Islands be dead content, personally. Rated achievements like TBC. We already got that one. Crafting resistance gear for raid fights. That resistance gear for raid fights is one of those things that I was talking about, where that's a down the line situation where, like, 2 expansions from now, I think we should start talking about resistance gear. But right now, I think that it's way too early. Yeah, that's what I think. Stop dungeon leveling, better leveling. I don't think dungeon leveling is a problem. How about being able to make best in slot? Yes, obtainable best in slot list. That's a good one. I forgot to put that in. Obtainable BIS list. Agreeable. Mage Tower style challenges. Please white damage. Oh, this is actually really important. Make white damage crits show up really big and on the screen. Like, I showed this before, okay? I think that Blizzard needs to do something better about making critical strikes feel like they're critical strikes. And I showed this before, this video. Let me go ahead and I'm going to pull it up again, and I want to show you the difference of it, okay? Like, back in the day, if you got a critical strike, you felt like you literally just busted a fucking nut on your screen. Nowadays, it doesn't feel like that at all. Let me go ahead and pull this up. There it is. This video. I showed you guys this before. Okay. Watch this damage. You feel it. Just wait. So I pulled all the mobs together. Ooh! Look at those numbers on the screen. Another one right here, watch. Here we go. Ooh! Ooh! It's like, oh! You know? That's it, dude. And intuitive in-game simming. That's actually really... I'm going to put that on the list. Remind me about that one in a second, okay? Yeah, you feel it. You feel those numbers, dude, right there. Oh, 2,000. All right, we got Thunderclap coming up. Oh, look at those numbers, man. Do you like the screen shake in PoE? Whenever you get Headhunter, it's really annoying. And you get to like really fast attack speeds, it's really annoying. But before that, it can be really fun. Yeah. I just feel like getting a critical... Dropping an AoE bomb onto a pack of mobs should feel like you're picking up your big, fat, floppy dick and just putting it right on top of them. Just boom. 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 That's what it should be like. Just flopping your big, fat, flaccid cock all over the mobs. And the numbers and the way they used to show the numbers on the screen made you feel that way. Absolutely. Wrong one. There we go. So let's see here. Intuitive, simming, and gearing. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. You'll play PoE with screen shake? Yeah, I like playing it. It makes me feel like I'm more powerful. I know it sounds stupid, but, you know, it is what it is. Revert GCD change. What is this here? Game caters to unathletic, blonde-banged kids. Of course it does. Yeah, it sure does. That's why it's a good game, though. Like, I actually think that they need to make the game a little bit slower. In terms of, like, how fast you have to react to mechanics. And they need to put more focus on, like, pre-raid and, like, preparation into raids. And I think that's why classic raids are so successful. I think raids are too hard now. I do. I think they're too hard. Am I wrong? Add minorities to WoW? They actually did that. You know that, right? Normal mode exists. Okay, what I'm saying is that, like, a boss has, like, 7 or 8 mechanics now. I consider that overwhelming. And I think that the amount of things and the reaction time that you need to move out of those mechanics is overwhelming for a lot of players. And I understand that we're all method raiders here, so we can't understand this. But my mom, who I've talked about many times, plays WoW. I will be honest, the game has just outpaced her. Like, she can't keep up with the game anymore. Like, she's not as fast as the game wants her to be. And there's a lot of people like my mom out there. And it's what happened. And that's why normal's the thing. It's the mechanics themselves. Like, you're not going to feel good about overcoming something whenever you can just stand and just heal through it. Does your mom still play out? She says she's on strike because she doesn't want to do Pathfinder again. Not even kidding. Like, that's actually what she said. Let me read the rest of these. Mythic plus time walking. I would be okay if for 1 week a year they did classic time walking. They reintroduced 40 knacks. And they buffed the fuck out of it. Like, they added in, like, a bunch of extra mechanics. And they made it as hard as, like, a mythic raid. And you had one chance a year to get the fucking transmog gear. Because, and also, bonus, you can do Master Looter. So just, oh man. Like, that would be, that would make enough content for the entire rest of the year. I mean, can you imagine that? That would be so fucking funny. Raids are too hard, and now this? Well, yeah, because it's an exclusive reward. I mean, like, yes, raids in general are too hard. That doesn't mean that I don't think that there shouldn't be raids that are extremely hard at the same time. It's just that all of the content in general is too hard, which is a very different thing. Okay? A little bit of both. More like mop class design and Blizzard champion in-game. Do you think there's a legitimate good game for everyone? I don't think... I think Blizzard designs WoW for too many people. I think that, like, they make it to where they want the game to appeal to everyone, and they end up appealing to no one. And that's what I think their problem is. And I remember Ghost Crawler, who left to join Riot, this was like maybe like better part of a decade ago, actually said like one of the things that he liked about working at Riot is they didn't have to design a game for somebody's grandma. Remove World Quest, God, please. Why? I think World Quests are great content. I don't think anything's wrong with World Quests. Like, some of them are annoying and shitty, but I think World Quests are fine content. Remove quest helpers. I think they should only remove quest helpers for, like, max level content quests. That's the main thing. Daily quests are better. Well, Nash Jatar had both. I thought Nash Jatar did a great job. Nash Jatar is, in my opinion, one of the better zones that they've made recently. Everything that came out in 8.2 was great. Like, 8.2, in my opinion, of BFA was the high point of the expansion. Nash Jatar was awful. What the fuck? Okay. Nash Jatar, Crumble Catcher, thank you very much for 20 gifted subs, man. I appreciate that. Okay. Nash Jatar, after you can fly, was really good. Okay. Can we agree with that? I think that's a little bit more accurate, right? I would say, like, Nash Jatar, after you can fly, was pretty fucking good. Yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah. No? Okay. I didn't think it was, I mean, okay, the way that they did the quests, which is what I'm really talking about, was good. How you had some dailies that you would pick up from the main hub, and then also on top of that, you had other items and other things you could do in world quests. Like, that's the main focus that I want to get at. Mechacon was better than Nash Jatar. I agree, but Nash Jatar was good too. Same time, Blizzard tried to appeal to everyone. The rating is designed in such a way that it outpaces a large part of the player base. I know, and they're working against themselves. That's what I think they're doing. Oh, it's brain dead and repetitive content. That's a good example. Yes, less brain dead content. Less brain dead content. Okay, I'm not a fan of all these skill trees we have now, the necklace and the armor. Max level progression systems should mostly be account wide. So that's like your Azeroth neck, your essences, your attunements to raids, all of that stuff should be account wide. Brain dead content should be optional. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's even in the game to begin with, personally. Seems like a waste of fucking time. Loot option in raid. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read you guys the list because there's a lot of people that now have come in and they're giving me ideas that we already gone over. So I'm going to go ahead and explain what we've got here. Okay, this is the Shadowlands Manifesto. What we need to see out of Shadowlands for it to be a good expansion. Oh, let me just fucking add this on fucking right here. Covenants don't give power. Yeah. No Titan forging and no war forging. If there's a corruption type mechanic, then make it deterministic. Reputation acceleration if exalted, just like in Mists of Pandaria. Master Looter and for guild raids at least. Patches should not be expansions. Make classes more fluid to play, GCDs, etc. No uncapped prog system that is arbitrarily throttled. AP. Yeah. PvP vendors, PvP currency to buy gear that matters. Tier sets, bring them back. Currency similar to Justice and Valor points. Fix laggy ass dogshit garbage server that dogshit servers. Sorry, dogshit. Read the rest of these. Tier sets, bring them back. Replace Pathfinder with something new. Maybe just give everyone flying. Attunements account wide, of course. At least one tier with more than one raid. Progressive raids in general. Not just repeating the same raid. Repeating same raid, different difficulty. Okay, main storyline, no quest trackers. Make the main storyline have no quest trackers, make it harder, make it get better rewards, and make it account wide. Natural gem sockets and gear, reduce raid difficulty. Gear investment, so you're investing back into your gear. Make crafting in-level gear relevant and BOE. Stop making bad systems, then releasing them, knowing they are bad, then not improving on them in obvious ways, and making people use the bad system for an arbitrary period of time. That's what they did with the Legion Legendaries, and that's what they did with the fucking Essences too. And also Azerite. Like, it's the same fucking thing. They do this every single goddamn expansion now. Stop making people repeat content later on. Less mount reskins, make the mounts that you add into the game matter. Bloodbath world bosses like Undasta on release. A shared space for PvPers to socialize and duel each other. Customizable mounts. Reduce the amount of loot in the game, make existing items matter more. All content in current expansion should be relevant. Less passive damage sources, make hitting your buttons mean that you do damage. Legendaries are a reward from raiding rather than a requirement. Better Mythic plus seasonal rewards. Spell effects like green fire, etc. Oh shit, where'd it go? There we go. Remove heirloom gear. Make gearing during leveling matter. Obtainable bis list. Make white damage crits show up really big and on the screen. Intuitive simming and gearing. Less brain dead content. Max ult progression systems should mostly be account-wide. I think that we pretty much hit all the bases here. Is there anything that I'm missing here? I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything else when we're talking about everything that matters. What else do I need to talk about? PvP vendors? I said that. Shorter rep grind? Rep grind's fine. I think rep grind's fine. World PvP? No. World PvP sucks. Bring back cool builds within specs like Affliction. Oh, right. Redesign. Here's one. Redesign classes beyond builder, spender, mechanics. That seem accurate? Tank Shaman. Okay, no, we're not going to do Tank Shaman. I would be okay if Shamans could be tanks, but right now there's too many tank classes in the game. Like, there's just too many. There needs to be another healer, or there needs to be another... There needs to be another range DPS, I think. 200 Shamans. 200 Shamans were trash. I don't like 200 Shamans. I don't think it's really... it's not good. Let's see here. Another range for sure. Range DPS. Yeah, like Necromancers or something like that. Make mana matter. Okay. Make mana function as dampening in PvP. I think this is a problem with PvP personally. Basically, right now, PvP, you have to wait for dampening. I think dampening is purely a bandage because Blizzard doesn't know how to balance PvP. It does. It does, but I think that it should only be the only thing. Because the reason is, here's why I think that it's bad, is that dampening and 3v3 is balanced relatively well. But if you go and you do a BG, there's no dampening. And so people can just spam fucking heals. They can spam big heals over and over and over. Full heal because they don't have any dampening, and you can never kill them. It's really fucking annoying. So yeah, in 3v3, dampening is kind of okay. But the problem is that every other aspect and element of PvP suffers because the game is balanced entirely around 3v3 arena, and everything else is completely neglected. Blizzard doesn't care about RBGs. And with the community that RBGs have, I don't blame them. But at the same time, nobody cares about RBGs anymore. Bring back class RPG elements. It's too vague. Make more group content. Group quests. I like that. Actual group quests. That's a big yes. Not to mention it makes BGs impossible to win sometimes. Yeah, you have like 2 or 3 really good healers on the other team, and your team isn't like, they're just average players. There's no way you're going to win. It's really frustrating to play. Make classes unique, not the same. I said that because everyone has to heal. I don't think that's really it. Remove, wait, what? Remove layers? Okay, so they have to do phasing to an extent. I don't think phasing is a problem, but in a perfect world, here's what I would like to see. I'd like to see, I guess I'll draw this in paint for people to understand. Okay, so you'd have, let's say, so each one of these, this is like a battle group, okay? And so each of these servers are inside of the battle group, right? So you've got like Illidan, Thrall, Kel'Thuzad, Storm Rage, I don't know, like fucking Yasandre. How do you make a Y? Okay, that's how you make a Y. Let's see. What are like Ragnaros? Yeah, why not? We'll have Ragnaros and Tychondrius. Oh, we already had Tychondrius. Crush Ridge. Okay, Crush Ridge. So this is Battle Group 1. Okay, this is Battle Group 1. So if you go out in the world, you only see people that are inside this battle group. And the only way that you see people that are in the other battle groups, right? I guess I'll just make another circle here. And then the other servers, is that if you play and you're in a group with somebody else from that other battle group. So yeah, it's a pizza. That's how you know it's a good idea, because pizzas taste good. My idea looks like a pizza, so I've got to have a good idea. Mythic Plus should be, sorry, I couldn't read that. Powerful weapons. What's this here? Powerful weapon restrictions for specs. Remove weapon restrictions for specs. I'd be okay if you could make choices, yeah. Mythic Rage should be the best way to get in-game gear in the game. I agree with that, too. I think gear right now in the game is way too fucking easy to get. And, Mythic, like, being able to do it the way they're doing it now is way too fucking easy. I totally agree with that. Fewer servers, no X-Realm. Well, effectively, these would be mega servers. Mega servers. And so, you would still be able to play with people from this realm, but only if they're connected to a player that's on this server. So, that would give an idea of a shared world, but you just have more people in the world. And that way, you would get more used to seeing the same types of people around. Mega server, yeah. Fixed racials. You know what I think they should do? They should announce right now that in 1 year, there's going to be no more faction changes. I think faction changes fuck the game. I really don't like faction changes. It was a mistake to do. Because whenever they did faction changes, if Alliance was a little bit worse, people stuck with Alliance because that's where their characters were at. But now, because they can just swap back and forth, money, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, that's the problem with, like, all these services, is it always makes you wonder, oh, is Blizzard just doing this for money or something like that? It's crazy. Are you leveling allied races on stream? I need to actually do that, but I'm not going to really do it on stream. It's kind of boring to watch. I actually have... So, you guys know that I optimize fun out of games, right? Like, I don't play games for fun.